I made this video before, but this shit is so important, guys. This is 3 reasons you aren't losing belly fat. And here's the thing, guys. Like, when I make these videos, I do not want you to just be like, oh shit, that presentation was cute, man. That was cute, man. Let me just go back to my old habits. When you watch this video, you need to implement this shit, all right? Because this is literally the reasons you aren't losing belly fat. Now, here's the thing. Let me tell you guys something, right? So some guy was like, and I get this question all the time. Some guy was like, yeah, man. So like you told me, like in order to like lose fat, man, like I gotta clean up my nutrition and strength train and like, calorie deficit. Like, okay, man, like what else should I do? Like, no, nigga, you need to actually do those fucking things if you want results. That's what gets you the results. Doing them consistently. If you focus on those 3 things and do them consistently, you will get results. Stop looking for some other shit, right? That's a quick fix. There is no quick fix. Those are the things you need to focus on to lose the body fat and the belly fat. Like you guys always want some short, quick fix and you're searching for it, right? When you are looking for an answer and you're unwilling to accept the answer that's the only answer, then there is no answer for you. You're always going to be looking for something that's not going to satisfy you because you're going to be like, well, there's got to be something else. No. There's nothing else. It's literally you need to clean up your nutrition consistently, right? Just because you ate good for one day, your goals aren't over. They're just not over. This is a lifestyle change, all right? Because I don't like when people say, what else should I do? And I'm like, yo, what the hell did you eat yesterday? And they ate ice cream yesterday. You need to do what the fuck I just told you to do. That's the first thing you need to do, all right? All right, so here's the thing. One of the main reasons is the lack of self-awareness, guys. You got to know where you are before you know exactly where you can get to. Like, period. If you're trying to get to Las Vegas, right? And you're trying to drive there, but you're in Africa, you might have to take a flight, bro. You're probably gonna have to take a flight. Let's be honest. Unless you could drive across water on some superhero shit. Let's be honest, all right? So here's the thing. You watch YouTube videos and TikToks on how to lose fat. You don't apply any of that shit. You don't apply any of it. You're like, oh shit, like I should be in a calorie deficit. And then you literally go and you get Raisin Canes or you get Zaxby's or you get McDonald's. How was that gonna help you lose any fat? Did you not just watch it? Did you not pay attention to anything in the video? Right? And after you don't apply any of the stuff that you see or you learned, guess what you do? You blame your genetics. Your genetics are not the one that's overeating and not exercising. It's literally you. You have a choice whether you overeat and whether you exercise. All right, it's all you. Everything you put in your mouth, it's your decision. No one's putting a gun to your head. All right, it's your decision what you eat. Period. Every single day. So if you're not going to take accountability, or you're going to lack the self-awareness, then you're never going to get anywhere in life, to be honest. Like, you're just not going to. If you're always trying to put the blame on other people and you're never taking accountability for your actions, you're not going to get there. And I see this way too much. It's like, yeah, man, like, I don't know, man, I just have bad genetics. It's like, no, you don't. You went to your doctor and they literally were like, hey, you eat too much shit. Stop eating McDonald's. And guess what you did? You left your doctor and you went to McDonald's. So what's the real problem? Is it what you're eating or is it your genetics? It's what you're eating, all right? You don't realize how poor your habits are either. Like, a lot of us have these weird habits. Like, if you think about it, we have some weird ass habits. Like, you'll stop by the gas station, you might pick up some candy, right? Or you'll go to get this when you have a bad day. You'll go to instead of going to McDonald's, you'll go to Chili's, you'll get a big ass meal, and then you'll get a drink. Or you go to Outback, get a big ass meal, and get some liquor or some shit like that. And then you're not active at all. So you lack self awareness. You don't know where you are. You don't realize that you're 40% body fat. So after one workout, when you flex in the mirror, you're like, yo, why don't I see my abs? Why can't I see my abs? Because you're 40% body fat, guys. You're 30% off from seeing your abs, all right? 25 to 30% off from seeing your abs. All right. And then one of the funniest and craziest things, in my opinion, is always when people are like, hey, man, like I can't lose my belly, man. I got to get rid of this gut, man. It's driving me nuts. I'm like, okay, what do you eat? This is kind of healthier than what they eat. They eat like this, and then they have liquor on the side. And before this, they have some chips and salsa. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they eat on a regular basis. And they drink liquor 3 days on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they drink liquor and they watch a football game. They overeat. Like, how is that supposed to get you to your goal? The first step to losing fat, guys, is being in a calorie deficit. And you're not doing the first step. It is crazy to me. It's like if someone comes up to me and they're like, hey, man. Like, if a 14-year-old, imagine a 14-year-old comes up to you and they're like, hey, man, like, I'm really just trying to get my bachelor's degree, bro. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So what grade are you in? Well, I just got held back in the 8th grade, but like, how can I get a bachelor's by next year? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You're gonna have to get a high school diploma, and then you're gonna have to go to 4 years of college to get your bachelor's degree. So you got to know where the fuck you are first before you're reaching for these goals. They're literally they're literally over here and you're going in the wrong direction. All right. So if you're trying to lose fat and you're not paying attention to what you're eating, what the hell are you doing? First step is a calorie deficit, bro. A lot of people are not even in the calorie deficit. Most people, listen, if any trainers are watching this, I don't know if any trainers watch it, but listen, if you're watching this and you want to lose fat, like the first thing you got to do is be in a calorie deficit. So every time someone's like, "Hey man, I'm trying to lose fat," guess what I ask them? What are you eating? It's always something that's over a calorie deficit, and it's always the worst processed foods ever. And they do not think it has a correlation with them gaining fat. They're like, okay, but what's the workout? No, fuck the workouts. You need to be in a calorie deficit. You need to change up your nutrition. Okay, you cannot eat fried foods. All right, candy, Pop Tarts, cereal for breakfast, juices, soda, liquor. You cannot be consuming that 24/7 and expect to somehow lose fat. Like that just doesn't work unless you created a new like a new side of science or some shit. Okay. Now I'm not saying you have to eat green eggs and ham, right? But if you want to lose fat, you have to be in a high protein calorie deficit. Okay. If you don't know your calorie intake and you expect results, it's disrespectful. It is. It's dumb as hell. It's crazy to me. All right. So you're not even working out consistently. All right. Now I know that's kind of blended out. You can barely see it. But listen, working out is also part of the process, right? Because if you are trying to gain muscle or you're trying to maintain your muscle mass at least and you're trying to burn fat, you got to make sure you're actually working out. Obviously, that's going to affect your activity level. It's going to be good for your heart health. But a lot of people go to the gym when they feel like it and they want results every day. That doesn't make any sense. It literally makes no sense. You got to go to the gym when you say you're going to go to the gym. So if you are like, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week, if you go 5 times a month, that's not the same. All right. That's just not the same. A lot of you guys go to the gym 10 times a year and you're wondering why you won't build muscle and you think it's because you need steroids. No, the fuck you don't. You need consistency. You need discipline. You need to actually show up. All right. Showing up is half the battle. But if you don't do half the battle, you expect 100% of the results, are crazy. It's like, here's the thing. Not showing up to the gym and not being in a calorie deficit is like literally expecting to get paid for a job that you're not even qualified for, but you also don't even have. You're like, where's my paycheck? It's like, what job do you have? You don't have a job. Okay, cool. Now, not going to the gym is literally like if you take 4 weeks off of work, not paid leave. You take 4 weeks off of work and you go to your boss. You're like, where's my paycheck? They're like, you did not work. And you're like, where's my paycheck? They're like, it wasn't paid leave. And you're like, where's my paycheck? That's how it is. It doesn't make any sense. You know, you reap what you sow. You put in the work, you get the workout, right? A lot of you guys put in 1 week and you want 2 years worth of results. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. And for some reason, you can't get over that fact. So then you keep quitting. You're like, man, that's not fair. How is that not fair? I don't get it. If you put in 7 days of work and you don't get 2 years of results, what kind of math is that? Why? How is that not fair? Like you didn't put in enough work to get the results you wanted. Now, if you have a lot of fat, it's because you ate like shit for a long period of time and you were inactive for a long period of time. So you earned that. You earned the belly fat, right? So the belly fat is fair. So once you take that accountability and you realize, oh, I do have control of my journey, it's going to be easier for you to lose the fat as well. All right. One more thing is, of course, you're impatient. You want to be aggressive with your inputs, right? You want to be very aggressive with your inputs. You want to be like, you want to work as if you want the results tomorrow, but you want to be patient enough to realize that, you know what, let me not worry about the results, right? You want to like go hard every single day, but when it comes to like the output, you got to be patient with that. You got to be like, you know what, it could take 2 years, it could take 3 years for me to gain all this muscle. When you have that mentality, but you go 110% every day, you end up seeing a lot of results in like 3 to 6 months, and then 9 months, and then 12 months, and you keep seeing the results. Because in reality, over time, during your journey, you're going to see a lot of results. Like if you're on a muscle gaining journey or if you're on a fat losing journey, you're going to see a lot of results at every point, like 3, 6, 9, 12 months, 15 months, 18 months. You're going to keep seeing results over time. It's going to be encouraging. But when you have the mentality of being impatient and you want to undo 10 years of results in 1 week, then that's when you fail, right? Because for me, I was like, yo, man, I'm gonna work out like I want the results tomorrow, but I realized that it's gonna take time. So, let me give it time. Like I'll give it a couple of years. And then when you give it a couple of years, you forget how much time you gave it because you fall in love with the process, and then it becomes more repeatable and it becomes sustainable. And then you're not even focused on the results anymore. And then other people notice the results before you do. They're like, hey, how'd you get your traps like that? Hey, when did you get abs? Hey, are you on steroids? Like they start saying all this stuff and you're like, oh shit, did I make that much progress? Then you put your picture side by side and you're like, damn, I did make that much progress, right? So you got to be patient with your results, but you got to be consistent too. Show up every day with 110%. All right. These fad diets are called crash diets for a reason. They're not going to work. They're not going to work. You don't fix a a long-term problem with a temporary solution. That's not how it works. Just like the medical system, right? So if you have type 2 diabetes and they give you, metformin and they give you insulin, like Humalog or something, Humulin, that's going to treat your blood sugars, but that's not going to treat the actual insulin resistance. What's going to treat the insulin resistance is changing your lifestyle factors that cause the type 2 diabetes in the first place. So that means being more active, and that means eating less processed sugars and controlling the amount of carbs you're eating and eating more protein and losing weight, right? So, yeah, very simple stuff, guys. All right, so in the bio, in the description, there'll be a link for coaching. Make sure to hit it. I hope you enjoyed this video, by the way. But seriously, guys, if you have belly fat and you just watched this video, if you apply what I just said, you should not have belly fat after this. All right, period.